All right, so today we are going to graph these functions here. So let's just go ahead and start off doing that. I am going to graph out the parent function of y equals, or f of x equals the square root of x. So I've got my x and I got my f of x. Now I'm going to pick values that actually can find the square root of. So you can find the square root of 0 and you can find the square root of anything positive. So I'm going to pick 0 as my first point there. And the square root of 0 there is 0. I'm going to pick other values I can actually find the square root. Like I can find the square root of 1, it's 1. I can find the square root of 4, it's 2. And I can find the square root of 9, it's 3. So this is the function that I just did. I'm going to graph it out. 0, 0, 1, 1, 4, 2, 9, 3. And I'm going to dash that in. There. Now I'm going to transform it. But before, I'm just going to come over here and kind of talk through my transformations. So reflections. It has to deal with negatives. If there's a negative out in front of the square root, that's a reflection over the x-axis. If there's a negative next to the x, that's a reflection over the y-axis. So reflect over y-axis. And then, because there's a negative in that g of x function, there's a negative in front of the x. If there's a stretch or shrink factor, it'd be in front of the square root, it'd be like a 2 or 1/2. If it was something greater than 1, that would be a stretch factor of whatever that value is, like 2 or 3 or 4. So you'd say vertical stretch factor of whatever that value is, 2 or 3 or 4. If there was something being multiplied in the front, like something between 0 and 1, like 1/2 or 3/4, then that would be a vertical shrink factor. We don't have that going on, so I'm going to say none. And then the translations, if there's something being added or subtracted underneath the square root, then that would be either moving to the left or right, depending upon if it's a plus or a minus. Since it's on the outside, it's either going to be moving up or down, depending upon if it's a plus or minus. Since it's a plus, it's going to move it up 4. If it was a -4, it would move it down 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to reflect this blue graph over the y-axis. So if I reflect it over there, 0, 0 stays right there. And I can do this one at a time here. So then, and I'll do it twice here. So I'll do 1, 1. I'm going to reflect it over the y-axis. I'm going to reflect 4, 2 over the y-axis. I'm going to reflect 9, 3 over the y-axis. That's not the final graph because I also have to move the graph up 4. So now I'm going to move each of these ordered pairs up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So the green graph is my actually ending graph there. And nice solid one. And there's my ending graph.